Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Mackenzie, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Mackenzie's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give her while we are working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Mackenzie's been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Mackenzie is seated very nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they're going to demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash, and they're taking off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Mackenzie, heel, and then you just start walking and she'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. We've also incorporated an automatic sit, so anytime Fred stops his feet, as he did right there, Mackenzie will sit. It's important that Mackenzie walks at your pace on your left-hand side as she's been trained to do, and shouldn't try to pull ahead or lag behind. If she does try to pull ahead, you tell her no, give her a tug and let go correction, and tell her to heel again. Now we'll demonstrate our stay command. It's a hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Mackenzie's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He then walks out to the end of the training leash. It's a great exercise to build up self-control and maturity in Mackenzie. Start practicing this one at about a minute and work your way up in increments to about 3. When Fred returns back to Mackenzie, he's going to walk all the way around her, providing an added distraction as he goes behind her, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She remains seated throughout. He gives her a little praise, and they take off heeling again. I'll show you some more of the heel to sit and the stay. There's that automatic sit. There it is again. He gives her the stay. And back out to the end of that training leash. And this time he'll demonstrate the come or recall command. You're going to call her into you using her name in a nice voice. She comes in, sits right in front, and then the finish, you heel her around the back of you and right back to your left hand side, and she sits. I'll show you one more time. Leave her in that sit stay. Out to the end of the training leash. Yep, she started to go down, so he gives her a correction, and he's going to repeat the command. If she doesn't follow a command, you tell her no, give her a tug and let go correction, and you repeat your command. He's got her in the sit stay, calls her in, she comes in, sits nicely, and then the finish, you heel her around the back and right back to your left hand side, and she sits nicely. Much better. They take off heeling again. It's a good time to remind you want to work with Mackenzie about 15 to 20 minutes a day to keep the commands fresh in her head. You can practice inside your home, outside your home, and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with Mackenzie. Now we're going to show you our down commands. The first will be down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives her a stay and walks out to the end of the training leash. It's another great exercise to build up self-control and maturity in Mackenzie. Start practicing this one at about 3 minutes and work your way up in increments to about 5. And when Fred returns back to her, he's going to walk all the way around her as he did on the sit stay, and right back to that left-hand side. She remains down throughout, and he heels her right out of it. Nicely done. We'll show you that down command one more time when they come back around. He gives the down again, and a stay. Back out to the end of that leash. This time, instead of returning back, he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the down. Calls her in using her name. She comes in, sits perfectly right in front of him. And then the finish, where you heel her around the back of you and right back to your left-hand side heel position. Excellent job. Alright, we'll give them a second to get lined up for our final command, which will be down from a distance. This will be the down from a distance. You're going to leave her in a sit and a stay and walk out to the end of the training leash. It's the only time you're going to use your right hand to give the command, and Fred will drop her into a down from the end of the training leash. Perfect. Alright, he walks back around her once again, all the way around, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She remains down throughout. Nicely done. Alright, we've demonstrated for you the obedience commands we've worked on with Mackenzie here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Mackenzie, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.